Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another turn resolution. This is War in the Pacific, Admiral's Edition. My campaign against TF-1377, and as you all know who've been watching I'm playing the Allies. My opponent is the Japanese. And we're in 43 now, January 13. Got some exciting things coming. Trying to go on the counteroffensive in some areas. In other areas, like Burma here, just trying to figure out this stalemate. Um, that seems to be his focus, so I'm shifting focus there as well. Not to the detriment of other areas, just um, not being as aggressive in those other areas, I guess you could say. All right. So I don't know what was here. Maybe was it ships leaving Rangoon? But anyway, we only spotted two destroyers. This may be his whole task force, or he may literally set up destroyers to try to take out our subs. But we'll move on. So these poor British subs, I'm telling you, uh, it's quite likely someone could say I've been mismanaging them, but they have performed very poorly in this campaign so far. Um, maybe they've done a couple of things, but seems like they could have been a bit more successful. All right, maybe some poor um, search plane got shot down. Oops. That's okay. That was just an empty sweep over our base, a Japanese sweep. They came up empty. He he. I think it's a good idea for him to sweep every day because I have been known to bring Cap in out of the blue, and he's probably not a big fan of that. And same up here. This one he's got Nate's flying sweep. Man, I could put some fighters there and shred those Nates, but well, we'll just have to grin and bear it at this stage. I'd like to know what his supply situation is. Well, look, he's got more troops here again. I gotta figure out. Well, I guess back to bombing them, eliminate them off the map. Alright, so we're hitting Rabaul today. I'm bouncing all over the place, bombing various bases because gotta keep them all. I think I'm focusing on these three bases because I don't want him to put air units here. He can put air units way up here at Hollandia or wherever he has them. That's fine. They won't interrupt what I'm doing down here. What's this, I wonder? And then he's got all these ships here. We've got subs in the area, but I don't. Just because I don't see them doesn't mean they're not there. That just means they're in fog of war. But I'd like to know what this is. Anyway, is he bringing KB back down? Okay, so that's right. We're hitting. So we're straight coming in strafing real low, hitting whatever he's got here. What does he have? Let's go back up. This is heavy rain too, but oh yeah, he has this part segment of a guard unit. naval guard unit. So I'm trying to keep this clean because I want to bring my battalions in and take it. What I need to do is long range cap this so that when he brings his, I think he's dropping troops with transport aircraft. But if I could long range cap this, I could stop that. So that's what I need to do. Short lens also. That I need to put that on the list, and it is on the list of bomb to bomb because he could bring in air either of these three bases and short lens. I guess he spotted my escort carriers there in the Gilberts, but I wonder what he'll think of them. Will he know they're escort carriers? Will he assume they might be my fleet carriers? Who knows? Okay, so where did my sweeps go? My sweeps didn't come in here. That's a shame. But let's get through this. We've got some liberators. Let's see if they can hold their own. How many of these do we get shot down? 0. But we might have gotten a better hit on the enemy troops if we didn't have to deal with them. Come on, sweeps. Maybe all our sweeps went in the morning and I wasn't paying attention. All right, so these Warhawks are also, they're not sweeping, they're actually strafing here. Just trying to hit the ground units with their machine guns and I would assume drop bombs, but they don't do much damage at all. Yeah, they do drop bombs also. Um, Coming in at 10,000 feet, but then they drop down to 100 feet and just start tearing it up. But severe storms, that's going to influence this. And now our P-38s, which also are armed with, well, we know they're armed with, machine guns and whatnot, but also bombs. So we're strafing with them as well. And they do a bit better than the P-40s. Okay, I, I'm okay that we didn't bomb even more in Burma because that could have been bad. Since our sweeps didn't go, that could have been bad. And I keep expecting any minute now these guys are going to fold, but they're still holding up. Unfortunately, I won't be able to give these guys any awards. Maybe we'll have to do it posthumously or once we liberate them from where their POW situation. But yeah, they're gonna collapse at some point. Wow, what is going on here? How do, where does he get these? Let's take a look. What did he do? Oh, I see. He's brought in reinforcements. Okay. Yeah, I'll take a few minutes to look at the various losses here, but then we'll jump right into the 14th. All right, I just wanted to point out a few things that stood out to me as we were wrapping up. So we got 6th Army, which I can deploy as needed, where needed. 13th USAAF, that'll be moved to the South Pacific. 14th U.S. Corps. I'm not sure where we'll position that. Not at this, I mean, I don't know right this second. And then a few base forces, including, well, this Defense Battalion, Naval Seabees, and then, some Chinese units. But then 9th Australian Division, this is going to be huge for the Burma campaign. I think we're sending these guys to Burma. We do not need them in the South or Southwest Pacific. So this is going to be a major contributor to the Burma theater. So I'm excited about that. All right, just take a look at the losses here. We only lost 5 aircraft, and they only lost 6. So really, it's virtually 1-to-1. We'll see what they lost. 3 zeros due to ops, probably taking some damage from our bombers, which I did see damage indicators, and then three very different bombers. We lost a Catalina Lightning, so recon, um, float plane, transport planes, float plane. So really, just some support aircraft here we lost, which I say that these are all very well, other than the Catalinas, they're very challenging to replace. So that's not too terribly great. And then we one wounded, one killed pilot. And we'll take a look at what ships may be reported sunk recently. Whoops. And looks like nothing new. Nothing new stands out to me, but feel free to take a look and see what you think. And, if you want to comment, that's fine too. Well, on to the 14th. Okay, January 14, here we come. All right, of course, we've got night bombing. Um, some flotation repair issues there. I didn't catch what ship it was. If it was the battleship, um, It's because it's getting precarious pulling into port there at Trincomalee. I don't like these bombardments. I need to get my carriers in there and just wreck these ships. They're going at best speed. In fact, speaking of which, I've got them full speed ahead into Perth today. And then we'll, of course, turn full speed off and head north into the Indian Ocean. I'm not sure how long it'll take for them to get up there, but we're gonna pull the trigger. Plus, I don't know what these ships are doing here at Pegu. Alright, Changsha. No surprise here in China. Alright, now his Zeros are not flying here, as I expected them. In fact, I put on extra sweeps because yesterday some of our sweeps didn't go. Probably bad weather for whatever reason. But I wanted to have different bases that I would fly from. Already it was, I think, 3 different bases I was flying sweeps from, at least 2. And then I added another base I was sweeping from to just increase the chance I would sweep there. And it looks like all of our sweeps went, but here we're trying to march northeast. And of course he's bombing for 2 reasons. One, to beat us up, and one, to slow us down. But he only affects 2 of our regiments, and we'll keep going. I was trying to get these airframes out of there, but they're still damaged, so we lost one of them, and I can't replace them. I have nothing. What am I trying to say? I don't have any more of those airframes in stock, and I don't think we're getting any more from the Americans. Just have to wait for some new models. Okay. And that's a surprise, which he won't make the same mistake and fly cap next turn. So we lose 3 Mitchell 2s, which is a shame because there again we're not getting more of those. Or if we get them, they're extremely slow. I am flying, interestingly enough. Huh, that's interesting. I set some aircraft to sweep there. No? Man, I'm gonna have to check that. That's frustrating, if that's the case. Well, his troops took too long to get out of here, so I'm bombing again. I don't know if he's moving them in combat mode for max defensiveness or what, but he is moving very slow out of here. So this is a max effect attack. And basically, I'm sending until this hex is empty. I'm trying to maximize my number of bombers that are hitting this. What's going to happen is he's going to have a really beat up unit, and which is going to require supplies to repair. So hopefully that affects him negatively, not just having a depleted unit, but also having to burn supplies, building it back up. I can't say that that's true, or how much of those units they'll have to replace. See, look, watch this. Now the fighters. Anyway, that's fine. We'll knock them about three destroyed, 19 casualties. That wipes it out. But I have long range cap, I believe. Yeah, I could have sworn I set up long range cap. Wow, look at this effect on Munda. I had long range cap over here. I don't know that doesn't necessarily mean they act as escort, and certainly I can't expect them to for sure fly. But I believe, I mean, the reason I did so is to affect if he's going to keep paradropping troops into that hex. Well, trash his transport planes. So we're taking it on the chin in the air war today. It's not a bad day, but certainly we'll have more losses than he will. All right, some more bombing here in the afternoon. Um, yeah, we're starting to get some destroyed there. Wow, really beating up his squads. Okay, surprise. I'm surprised that he's already doing another deliberate attack, but let's see how we do. Okay, he reduces the fortifications another level, and wow, look at that, 95 destroyed squads. It's still, when you got three divisions, that's not very bad. He'll have to stand down for a little bit because he's going to be disrupted and fatigued. See this fatigue. Um, So maybe he should have given another day because the fatigue probably is what allowed him to lose even more. But destroyed engineers, squads. But I think he's kind of sensing time is running short, and so he's pushing the envelope. But I'm feeling the same. So I think instead of coming this way and open up this road, I'm going to come down this way and we're going to hit whatever he's got here. We're going to bomb it to smithereens and smash it with whatever troops we got coming. We'll hit it hard, and I'll probably bomb it for 3 days while I shuffle some guys down here. Three or four, maybe, I don't know, three. This is jungle, I believe, so it's going to be ×2 defensive, and the bombers won't be as effective, but I'll bring every bomber I can and we'll hit this. Of course, we're going to have to sweep it, and we'll hit this hard. But if I can open this route and also reinforce it, that'll be That'll help. And it's still hanging on. All right, this is Tungu bombardment. I'll tell you, he knew we pulled out of here something, a couple things, and he doesn't like it. So he's like I said, he's trying to get this. But here we're bombarding. We're gonna bring some troops. We're gonna hit this hard with bombers, this very hex, and we still have the numbers here, but not with a times 2 defense. Okay, we're he's moving down this road, so I have to attack him, I feel like. So I'm just doing a straight up attack. I don't think Chinese are designed to attack Japanese, especially in this rough terrain. But hey, we got it to 1-1. Nice. Let's see how we did. Okay, 518 casualties. We knocked out 84 squads. 83 are disabled. Um, that he starts with 272. That gets him below 200. We should attack again if we're not too broken. Let's see how we did. Okay, similar casualties. So we might not be able to attack again. We may have to relax. I find it interesting. The experience is reduced. Well, let's see. Yeah, this is a Japanese division, I believe, but his experience is low for some reason. Um, but anyway, looking at these numbers, they're too similar. I don't know that we can pull off another assault. However, what we're also doing is keeping him from driving down this road and doing an assault on this base here because his unit will be depleted and he will have to pull off a shock attack. Um, so wearing him out might be what saves this base here. And then if he drives, and then to drive to this base, he'll have to go across the mountains. Anyway, as we wrap up the turn, I may have to flip on build up fortifications. I just don't know if I can afford the supplies there at Rangoon. But we'll walk around the map a little bit and see if anything stands out. There's not much activity in the South Pacific and the areas down there. But yeah, but we'll visit them in case some Japanese stuff has moved into the area and whatnot. Ooh, nice ships. Fun. Wow. I wasn't paying attention. Some good stuff. Wow. I have some new toys. Man, I should have been paying attention to what was coming. Wow, look at this. Landing craft. Wow. All right, I'm gonna go through this. My intention is to go through it quickly. We'll see how it plays out. But I wanted to start here looking at the 9th Australian Division. This is loading up at Aden. We do have a while to, it's going to take some time to load up the ships. The ships have to get to India, unload, get them on trains. It's going to be a while before, and then of course they have to take the slow march into Burma. It's going to be a while before they arrive on the scene, but we certainly have something in the works. And then this was the Ramillies, and I am nervous about that ship here. Okay. Um, yeah, feel free to pause. I'm just gonna I just kind of wanna. get down here and got some repairs completed, so that's great. Um, this is, of course, a Japanese base, I presume. But Basaine gets airfield size 2. That allows us to now sweep from there. That's going to be long range escorts, things like that. And even bring in some dive bombers and bomb from. So we'll play with that a bit. But of course, there's going to be a size 2. We don't want to overstack it. Lunga, airfield size 4. We're getting that much closer to being able to bring our heavies in and, push deeper in. Although it looks like we have free reign there in the Solomons, New Georgia, New Britain area, etc. Abamama, Goa. Okay, Goa is way back in the rear. Let's see. All right, I'm at the bottom here. We have an upgrade here. Okay, upgrade. Okay, this new Chinese corps, that's going to be going to Burma as well. There's a couple reasons. One, I really want to push against the Japanese stalemate I have there. But the other reason I'm bringing it in to Burma is if he does get the upper hand and take Rangoon, I'm going to have to pull back and reset further in the rear. And if I have to do that, I'm going to want or need some reinforcements. Right now we have semi parity. If not, if we may only have parity in the context that we can defend territories with double or triple terrain. But probably if we were to be on an even playing field in clear terrain, he may have more stuff, especially as 3 tank divisions there. It's nuts. But anyway, the goal is to get these Chinese here, and I wanted to get them upgraded as well. And then we have the 43rd Infantry is bought out, or a third of it is. And I'm going to bring that into probably bring it into the Pacific area. But because I do want to be able to push my advantage there, and there's only so many bases you can leapfrog with troops until you have reinforcements for rear areas or forward areas. Anyway, got a lot of ships, just a crazy number of ships. We can see here CLA. This is great. I'll probably transfer that to. I may just transfer that to Pearl and wait for what is it, Yorktown? Whichever one. Hornet is the one that's damaged there. I'm not sure. Also, I could transfer it to where our first the Essex carrier comes out. I don't know. I have to figure out what I want to do with all these ships. We got some nice destroyers, a light cruiser. This is very important, this repair ship, because I don't have one in the Central or South Pacific. Well, that's not true. I have one at Luganville. It might be good to and useful to have one. I mean, I feel like I need one in a lot of places. I still need one in the North Pacific, I think, if I remember correctly. I certainly need one in the Central, and it wouldn't hurt to have multiple at various bases too. One at Sydney would be nice, or Brisbane, to help speed up repairs. There's just so many options here. But what I might do is get this repair ship for now into Pearl Harbor, help repair. Like I've got that Hornet is sitting there, and I may need the repair points to expedite the repair there. I'm got some miscellaneous ships here, a couple of subs. Those are going to be very useful. I mean, everything here is useful. Oiler, tanker, LST and LCIs is just nice, amazing stuff. I'm going to accumulate all this stuff probably at SF. I don't know. I have a few LSTs at SF already. Maybe what I'll do is start shipping some of these out to like the Central Pacific where I'm most likely going to use them, but also the South Pacific could be handy as well to start pushing up into the Solomons. Maybe I don't know. I got to think about that. And then we've got some. This is, I think, just moving an air group squadron. We've got a Marine fighter, an Indian fighter. That may be new. I don't think it's a transfer by rail. And then Calcutta. Is this a movement as well? These are, well, the Marine fighter I think is new, but these are, I'm not so sure. Anyway, I don't want to dwell on just this report. We can look ourselves, but and I always forget these things. I talk about visiting them on the map and then I forget, so I apologize for that. Well, we're done looking at that. Let's talk a little bit about this. Like I said, we were going to lose more than he did, but it ended up being very similar. Well, we lost 8 and he lost 5, so we did lose more, certainly. But actually, just because I don't know, I'll have to check if we even had sweeps going. He loses a couple of Tojos. One was shot down by our bombers. One he lost to ops, and then a few other things. And we lost, of course, 6 Mitchell 2s. Those are irreplaceable. I'll probably just put them in a position where they can just train at this point, because it's kind of pointless to use them. They're going to be so depleted, it would be silly. All right. I guess that's that. We did lose this A29A. That was unfortunate. Okay. We probably lost some pilots along with it. 2 killed, 2 wounded. Um, So no ships lost last turn. I mean, we don't have a lot of sea action, as you know, as you've noted, and our subs haven't sunk anything in a while, so there hasn't been any of that. And we could see the last couple of a few days is listed here, and yeah, this was unfortunate. We lost a tanker due to an accident, a 23-point tanker. That's an expensive accident. Well, let's move around the map. Oh, yeah. So here we are in Hawaii, but there's nothing really to talk about there. I'm just gonna move on from there. Um, let's see. We can take a look here. These are just some, I think both of these are like PT style boats, just watching their uh, rear bases, maybe covering cargo ships that come in and go out. But I don't see any other activity. It appears he's kind of pulled back from these bases here. I'm sure he has air units somewhere up here, maybe even at Jaluit. Well, no, this is 0 air capacity. Where was he flying from before? Maybe Millie, but anyway, it could be way up here. But he doesn't appear to be really projecting anymore. In fact, I'm not saying his subs aren't here, we just don't see them. And I don't really have any solid ASW air in the area. Apparently, that's something I need to rectify. I do have some ASW air units that I could bring into the theater, and Macon, if I could get even, well, I think I need more than one, but if I could get some air capacity here, we could bring in some air units. And Tarawa is at 4, working on level 5. So this will be maxed out. These two, the port and the airfield, will be maxed out shortly. And Abamama, we're going to work on building this up as kind of a rear base, if you will. Okay, kind of moving around the map here. Indeni we're trying to shift from Mindeni up to Lunga for our heavies. Fighters will be in these, maybe spread out or twin engine bombers, things like that, um, and naval bombers. And we did see last time what these were coming along here yesterday were was a heavy cruiser and some APDs. Well, that's what our PBYs were telling us. I don't know where they are anymore, and you can see our air cover is pretty thick in here. So they may have pulled back out, or maybe they still snuck under my aircraft's nose and we don't see them. I have plenty of subs here as well. You can see all the patrol paths in and through these islands. I'm not getting any hits in this area or over here. So I'm wondering if he's only feeding Manus and Hollandia at this point. And hopefully, for him, I mean, hopefully these have enough supplies to hold out without having to replenish them anymore. Because I'm telling you, I've got so much stuff going in here. It would be extremely risky for him to slip through a cargo ship at this stage. And as you know, we've got these bases here, and south of Munda, all the bases that are in the Solomons here. But he still has some bases here to supply as well as on New Britain. Um, and we destroyed whatever was sitting here, and we've got troops moving into the hex slowly. They'll take probably five. I'm going to say five more days to get in there. I could paradrop in and expedite, but the problem is I don't know how many of my guys would paradrop in, like how many squads would be delivered, and he's paradropping or has been paradropping also, and I don't want to have to land here and fight some troops that snuck in just before me. But having said that, we could have some bombing run and then paradrop and just see how it goes. Plus, we can always sweep, make sure. Well, that reminds me, did we get any? Maybe he didn't fly any. Maybe he didn't fly any. Yeah, I don't see any Topsies in here. So either he didn't fly any transport aircraft or my long range cap didn't shoot any of his stuff down. In fact, let's take a look at that real fast here. See, we did escort. Oh, the one time I took off my sweeps because in lieu of sweeps, I did escort, a long range escort of Salamawa. Now let's see if that's what I indeed did. Yeah, Salamawa, long range cap. So they either didn't fly due to weather or they did and nothing came of it. So anyway, still moving around the map. I don't know if there's much more to talk about there. But up here, let's take a look here. This was at 75 last I looked, so being at 73 is a good thing. At least I'm going to tell myself that. When 73 is good, that's pretty bad for what was prior. But also, I like that because it was repaired by 2 points without because if it's here in a port and it's repairing, it's going to repair probably 1 point every 2 turns or something crazy like that. So being repairing from 75 to 73 at sea is pretty incredible. Um, Okay, and the problem is we've got supply issues here, and him attacking us is not helping any. Our tanks are moving at best speed, and what I'm gonna do literally is as soon as they get here, which they should get here tomorrow, I'm gonna send these guys already in. These guys still have not flipped into this hex. I'll bomb them again. No, that's not true. They're leaving. That's fine. I'm going to bomb this. I'm going to hit it with every bomber. And like I said, these guys will move. That'll take them 2 days. My tanks will take 2 days to get in here. And let's see, this turn, next turn. That's only 2 days. Oh, that's a shame. They'll be stuck here with a very short. It'd have been nice if I could have wrapped around here, but the problem is it wants to cut across and then it takes forever. Anyway, so this regiment will take too long to get down here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip these to bombard. Well, they're already flipped to bombard. So that's fine. I'm going to leave it at that. And like I said, I'm going to just bomb this and bomb it and bomb it. Like I said, 3 days, maybe four. We'll see how this holds up. And I'm going to hit this as hard as I can with everything. And you know, you know what? What am I thinking? I can just bomb what he has here. I'll just bomb this to smithereens, at least for now. You know what? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bomb this for a few days. Urban Light, I think that is. So it's ×2 terrain. We're going to bomb this for a few days instead of this until I get the 23rd Division. Then we'll transition to bombing this for a few days, move down and hit it. So that's what we'll do. All right. Because if I bomb this, he's going to get so fatigued and disrupted, he won't be able to attack again. And we'll make sure we sweep, trust me. And now we have a new base to sweep from. So this is going to be great. 2 of 3, we can bring in one more group and make sure we have uncontested command of the air in this area. All right, I'm excited about the next steps. We'll see how it goes. I might be wrong, and feel free to give me your feedback on it. Okay, so we are ready to basically bring in everything from here into this hex, everything from here into this hex, and that's I do have something staying put here so that if he tries to sneak over here, he'll find I do have some defenses here. Also, because he's still in this hex, unless he sneaks out this turn, which he very well might, we can attack again. In fact, see all this deliberate? That means yeah, look at this. We're in good shape. I'm going to go again. Obviously, he could slip out, and then we're standing here empty, but we'll chase him as soon as that, as soon as he does slip out. All right, I think we're good to go here. Here I'm just holding this road so he can't sneak here. He can't sneak here. His unit's stuck in the middle. And whatever he's pulling from here to here, I think I don't understand what he's doing there, because then he'll be caught out of supply. Because my plan is to take Wuchang, and then we've got this whole area locked up. All right. Anyway, but yeah, I'm not gonna do all this stuff right now. Make you watch it, but we're gonna yeah, push in here and push in here, and we'll see where it goes from there. All right. Thanks for joining me. I'll be back to talk about January 15 next time, and I hope you all have a nice rest of your day. Take care. Bye.